It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Stone Brewing Company and it's a can of their Buenaveza Salt and Lime Lager. It's in, what's this? 1 pint, 3.2 fluid ounce can. Look at the size of that for a can. Now, there's talk with these cans. Some people call them chimneys, tall pipes, that sort of thing, but it does. Small and narrow, looks very good, very striking, and a salt and lime lager. So this is obviously kind of a Mexican themed beer. 4.7% ABV. Without further ado, let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. I'm using a standard German style mug for this. And I'm going to say that, well, let's show the beer first and foremost. 2 finger, white head, good levels of carbonation in the beer, slightly hazy, light amber coloured lager. This has been sent by our fantastic channel sponsor, beersofeurope.co.uk. Beers of Europe, the largest online beer store in the UK with a fabulous range of beer from all over the world. Germany, France, Belgium, Italy, America, literally most countries in the world, top beer producing countries in the world. Beers of Europe will have some of their beer from their country on their website. This is the first beer I've had from Stone Brewing Company in the whole of 2023. Stone Brewing Company, based in California, used to be a fantastic company, they really did. So I'm hoping for a pretty decent lager here. Let's get the aroma. It's funny because just yesterday I reviewed a Corona, a lime Corona at 5.9%. And this has a very similar kind of course, lime, Mexican theme, Mexican style. It smells pretty good. Lots of lime, a little bit of salt, light, crisp kind of aromas. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. I think they brewed this. Stone Brewing Company have seen the likes of Desperados, this lime Corona now at 5.9% ABV. They've seen that there's a market. There's a definite market for these kind of lime infused light lagers. In terms of that style of beer, that kind of lime, salt and lime infused beer, yeah, if that's what you're after, this is great. If that's what you're looking for, this is great. This ticks all the boxes. It's light, it's crispy, it's drinkable, there's some lime, there's a little bit of salt. This is gonna quench your thirst on a really hot Mexican day, California day. Carbonation pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth, releases more of the flavour. Super refreshing, light, crispy, little bit of light, crisp malt flavours coming through, a little bit of a lime flavour coming through, a little bit of salt. There's nothing really more to add to that, other than tell you about my kind of experience with Stone Brewing Company over the years, and that has been one of, like, at the beginning, I remember going to so I started the channel, of course, 2010. It was super exciting back then to get hold of a Stone Brewing Company beer, especially out of California. They were doing magical things back then. They were producing some of the best kind of IPA in the world, most certainly. And I remember it kind of going to the GBBF, the Great British Beer Festival 2012, and I can remember the buzz and the excitement, certainly with the younger people at the festival. they were going to the American Beer Bar, and they were purchasing pint after pint after pint of this, it was called Sublimely Self-Righteous, and it was a black IPA, and it was one of those, you know, like companies like Vault City these days sell out at festivals. They sold out very quickly this year at 2022 Brew London. They were sold out within an hour or two of being open. Well, Stone Brewing Company were one of those companies way back when. They were one of those companies that the beer was released, the beer was super good, and they sold it very, very, very quickly. They've since went down the direction of kind of more volume. They started they grew the brewery. They then bought a brewery in Berlin, and they were going to do great things, and it never kind of worked out. And since then, it's almost kind of like been a retreat from then. They've obviously grown an American brewery. They're obviously a big company now, and it culminated in a sale. I think they sold to Sapporo. I think the Japanese company Sapporo bought Stone Brewing Company, and that's probably, now Sapporo, of course, is a great Japanese lager producing company, so this might be the influence here from Sapporo brewing this kind of lime and salt lager. But for many years now, I'd say at least the last 4 years, I've bought Stone beer, bought Stone Brewing Company beer, and it's been kind of like okay. It's been run of the mill. It's been okay. It lost that excitement. It lost that edge, like most of these companies do. If you look at the UK, the likes of Beavertown, they were in a similar situation where they grew. Brewdog. It's a shame, really. It's one of the only industries, I think, where a company grows and then it tries to beat itself up as it grows. It's the brewing industry's, for some reason, a very rare kind of weird industry where companies grow and they make themselves worse. Not always the case, of course, but in the case of Stone, Brewdog, Beavertown, the moment they grew, the moment the quality left their beers. It's okay if you're looking for a lime and salt lager. If you're into that kind of desperado style beer, then you'll probably like this. But for me, it's a bit of a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.